Alright, so we are playing the wannabe dispatcher game called 911 Operator. Kind of an interesting menu here that, it's rather ambiguous. You just get a few things. You can't even find the exit thing. But it does offer like statistics, tips, this, that, and everything else between the load screens here. Like this has got sexual violence statistics here. Definitely want you to take a very serious look at some of these things that, especially has been in the news as of late. And then, of course, here we're going to start in this Chinese town called Wushan. And you see we've got, I added a cheat code in order to get us $1 million, but we've got several units here. And we are going to put a lot of these cops on bicycles. And then we've got one for picking up perps who will, to transport them to jail and stuff like that. They don't need police vehicles. Actually, we're going to give them an armored police vehicle because this is China after all. And then we're going to add another police unit. And they're going to get a water cannon, for those who are pretty rowdy these days. Spray them down. You got to think like China in this game, unfortunately. But it's not commentary for what's going on in our nation here. So we're going to equip them all with, weapons worthy of a Chinese police officer, because you have to repress the citizens and this, that, and everything else. They also have to make sure they have their body armor on here. And in that sense, we're going to give them all semi-automatic weapons here. Forget the pistols. As we continue to equip the police. And then now we've also got to equip the emergency units here too. And, they're going to keep their ambulances here, but, they've got to have first aid kits. Otherwise, you can't really do anything as medical personnel. Firefighters need technical tools. Ambulance drivers are going to really need defibrillators here, to try to save lives, China may be communist, but they do have a heart sometimes. And then the firefighters have to have their technical tools in order to do their jobs, They do more than just wear a fire suit, you know what I mean? And then I think with some of them, we are going to give them police dogs instead of guns. Fear the police dog. And then we're going to add a few other team players here. And then we're going to start our game here. As you can see, we've got a fairly big geographic area, even though it's like a relatively small town. And we've got our first incident of the day here. It's a combination police and ambulance call. So we've got to get them dispatched. And of course, unfortunately, those bicycle units are going to take forever. You'll see this here. And then we got another ambulance unit that's needed. And then we've got a 911 call that we've got to answer.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello? Could you do something about those idiots?
Please describe what exactly...
And then let's just drag out this conversation while we can.
Acting aggressively
That's not a case for 911.
Yeah,
I can't send
nothing big.
emergency units.
Oh, really? So,
Not worthy of
I'll do it if
911.
you say so. Bye.
Just boys being boys.
113, Lieutenant, that's 1011 on 165th Hudson. Requesting air to situation, that's 7 go and coming down.
Injured on board. Case resolved.
And as you can see here too, the ambulance is already returning the patient to the hospital, and the police have yet to respond.
Going there.
And we have yet another call that needs to have action taken against it. A beating. Those bicycles are really taking their time. But some places they still love their bicycles.
What are the orders? On my way.
We have another 911 call to answer.
Yeah, hello. There is a fight out in the street. Can you please send the police quickly?
And the key thing here is to ask the proper questions to gauge the
Ma'am,
situation.
according to your description, this isn't a life-threatening situation. I don't have any police units available.
And if they don't have weapons, they don't
I thought
need
the
the
police were
police.
supposed to protect and serve.
You know?
Apparently, I was wrong.
13 King 84.
1125, can you go to the radio room?
2247 West Monroe.
We'll just totally ignore that as we're tied up elsewhere.
Requesting support, requesting support.
13.
Waiting for orders, heading over there.
It looks like we're going to have an ambulance over at that other situation here. And then we've got a trifecta of emergency services we need. We have an accident on a bridge where we've got to have them firefighters clean up. We have to have an ambulance carry them away. And we have to have police intervention. That'll be interesting. Now they're really tied up.
If there's any FTO or crew for that gun turning.
And then we have another 911 call.
911, what's your emergency?
There's a fire here.
And again, we have to ask the proper questions here because, you know, you have to be able to triage the situation from your phone.
Are there any cars near the fire?
No, there isn't.
And as you can see, there's no cars near there.
Sir, I don't think the help of
The fact
firefighters
that there's
is
no
necessary.
cars there, I don't think we have to
Fire
worry
doesn't
about
burn
it.
out, just call
But if it
911.
gets worse, call 911 again.
Think so. Bye.
And then we have another,
Crew for that gun turning.
we're tied up, plus, you know, I don't think a fall necessarily requires an ambulance. And if it gets worse, they can take them themselves. Now you see the police have taken one of their suspects and they've got to run him all the way back up. And that's going to add ridiculous amounts of time there. And then, of course, the other ambulance is finally taking him. And we have a drug dealer. We're going to ignore that too because, you know, they put it on themselves. Eventually. You do the drugs, you pay the consequences. And then we have another police call here. A drug dealer. And we're going to ignore that too. Because, you know, somehow a drug dealer is offering something nice. And then we've got another 911 call.
Hello? I hear loud noises from the neighboring flat.
Loud noises.
Ready to check it?
Don't you hate loud noises?
Do you know
I mean, when I lived in an apartment, I had to deal with loud noises, and half the time the police wouldn't even show up.
I don't know him very well.
Sometimes I've even had to go beat down on their door myself.
Is he often loud like this?
No, he's rather quiet, especially at night.
Do you know if anybody visits his apartment?
I've never seen
And again,
anyone
you got to
do
ask the
this.
proper
Do
questions
you think something has happened to him?
to triage it.
This seems
And you
like a
see
pretty
it's
ordinary
pretty much
situation,
just
ma'am. He's probably fallen asleep
a
in front of the
situation.
TV. Just wait until
Or at
morning,
least we
and
feel.
If the TV's still running loud, call your local police department, okay?
Really? I do not know what I pay my taxes for if you can't send even one policeman. Ugh. Bye.
And then you see we've got another incident calling for an ambulance, which is a drug overdose, which we're going to leave alone because, again, you do the drugs, you pay the price. And as you can see, one of the bicycles is finally getting there. And then I got to finally tell the other bicycle to look at this other job here. As we can finally dispatch another ambulance. Lying on the street. It's just taking a cat nap, so we're going to ignore that. And as the police transport really takes its time getting up there along that nice scenic drive. And of course we're going to need another transport, which obviously we cannot transport using a bicycle, so we're kind of stuck.
Right away.
Suspect awaiting transport.
Reporting. Affirmative. Lots of individuals that can't fire a suspect. 113, Lieutenant.
So we've got the police transport truck making its way back, and we've got another 911 call.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello, I want to report a missing person.
Ma'am, please report it to the nearest police
Yeah,
station.
we don't have the ability to take care of a missing person. Just report it to a police station.
Bye.
Take that long scenic drive up to our police station and report it there. We're kind of taxed at the moment.
If there's any FTO or crew for that gun turning, give us experience. Lots of individuals that can't fire a suspect.
As the transport truck takes another thing, and we've got a combo incident here. And I think we're going to get a reinforcement to take care of one of these calls, and
Reinforcements have arrived.
2247 West Monroe.
home invasion. Yeah, we don't have the resources for that either, considering we're dispatching reinforcements for one of our other problematic calls that have been going on most of this game here. Vehicle theft. This is what you get when you leave your keys in the car and your door's unlocked. You get what's coming here in China.
Reporting. 10-4.
And we finally have the police transport arriving at one of the crimes.
We're done here.
As our reinforcements are slowly working their way back to the other.
Gun turning, give us experience. Lots of individuals that can't fire a suspect.
Yeah, I'm leaving Ashley. That's gonna be 91. Trouble going to the other 10-1.
10-4.
On the I'm on desk. 10-4.
Looking here at the situation,
Taking forever.
Case resolved.
And as you can see, this is our duty summary. And of course, we got an efficiency of 0%, a reputation of negative 71, and we lost $3,400 on our day. And of course, you want to try to make a profit. And that should actually call it good for 911 operator. Have fun. Click like and subscribe. We will see you again next time, hopefully.